smell that, Cody?
What?
We're fucking back.
Yay!
We say that every episode, but it's back. And
Would
it's a
you?
thing.
Well, we are always back.
Yeah. We're a little better every time.
Yeah, a little upset we missed the last pay-per-view, but shit happens. People got stuff to do.
Yeah, it's some shit in the way, and
It's a military
now it's out
chit.
of the way. Yep. And it's out of the way now, so now we can rock and roll, get back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, wrestling is life, so we're back at it.
It is.
And better to be back. And I don't know where I'm segueing this to.
Better to be back and watching wrestling than to be gone and not.
Yeah, better to be back with my friends, watching the thing I love, than to be gone.
Work for the government.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, so without further ado, we thought we'd come back in grand old fashion. And you know what? What's a grander pay-per-view than Great Balls of Fire?
Oh, my God. The card's good. I will say that.
So
it had to be.
The inaugural Great Balls of Fire. We really haven't talked a whole lot about how we feel about this, but I'm down. I like the title. And
the title's shit.
I don't have a problem with it, but fuck it. Let's roll with that. And you think the title's shit? That's pretty funny.
I think the title's shit.
Yeah?
I do. I have since they announced it. It was supposed to be Bad Blood, and they changed it out.
I think it's better than Bad Blood.
Not even close.
Fuck it. Let's roll with it.
Not even close.
But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to smash this card out of the way for the Wrestling Agenda Championship, by the way, which Kyle, hold.
Because we had one match.
Because we had one match last pay-per-view, and guess who called Baron Corbin to win the fucking Money in the Bank?
Shouldn't have been Baron.
I'm not very happy about it either. But, man, do I have a sixth sense for that shit.
Because I was going to pick Baron Corbin, and then you picked him.
Sammy's, I
and
let
then
you
you
pick
picked
first,
him.
too.
No, you didn't. You said, I got Baron Corbin. I said, okay, I'll take Sami Zayn.
Might have to check the message history on that one.
Because I was going to pick Baron Corbin.
Regardless, I am still your defending Wrestling Agenda champion for the moment. But Great Balls of Fire could shake that all up. So let's find out what we're going to do right away. Because we have a couple breaking, well, not really breaking, but little newsworthy stuff that we want to hit after this. So without further ado, Cody, get us onto the card.
All right. Singles match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Neville, who is your champion, versus Tozawa with Titus O'Neil.
I like this whole Titus brand thing, but I think Neville continues to run the Cruiserweight division.
Yes.
If Aries couldn't do it and Ali couldn't do it, then I don't think Tozawa is going to get over and do it.
No.
Especially with Titus O'Neil. I don't think he's the big backer. He's not big baller backer enough to change his outcome.
He's not Paul Heyman.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a Paul Heyman. He's not, a Paul Bearer. He's not something like that. He's not like the game-changing thing. It's kind of a guy who just
has nothing else to do.
Lower mid-card, and they couldn't find anything else for him to do. Yeah. So I don't see this taking off. I think Neville wins.
Neville's champion until SummerSlam.
As likable as Tozawa is, I think Neville as champion's the way to go.
Neville could be champion until WrestleMania. If they're not going to give it to Aries, who hasn't since been let go.
Nope. Yeah, he has been. We'll talk about that. That's in the breaking news segment.
Whatever.
We'll get,
he got let go.
Get to that.
Yeah, Neville. I got Neville.
I'll head a klaxon for it. Okay. So Neville is for me as well. Sorry.
Okay. Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships.
I think there's rumors that the Hardys are done. Like they're already kind of ran. They're going to
leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I don't think
think that's true either. I think the Hardy Boys end up squeaking this out.
Really?
In controversial fashion over Sheamus and Cesaro.
I have Cesaro and Sheamus.
I like it.
I think the Hardy Boys are. I think they come up short, and that's the catalyst to their broken brilliance. I think an Iron Man match
is the one they could win too. To be fair, Shamaro, I think it is.
Yep.
But anyway,
all right. Singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The Miz with Maurice, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel versus Dean Ambrose.
The Miz in dirty fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah. God help us if it's Dean.
Right.
We already know how that goes. It's boring.
Yep.
Boring.
Yep.
And I like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel being used, actually.
Right.
It's not really the right way to use them still, but
It is for now.
It is for now. An okay.
It's either that or you trot him out there to no crowd reaction and have him get beat.
Yeah, well, get him over eventually. Throw him back in NXT. It worked for Eva Marie.
This could get him over, and no, it didn't.
It did. She came back.
She's got more heat.
Yeah, and that's what it was supposed to do. Well, actually, she was supposed to win the NXT Women's Championship. But anyway.
She's too shit of a worker and got fired.
This is true. But anyway.
The Miz as well. I have to take the Miz.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm not going to pick Dean Ambrose because I don't like him.
Fuck Dean Ambrose.
All right.
The only member of the Shield we really care for anymore is Seth Rollins. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Roman's unbearable, but I still like him more as a worker than Dean Ambrose. I
don't like him more as a worker.
I do. I think Dean mails it in. It's lazy.
I mean,
that's really shit to say because the guy's put in the most shows out of anybody.
He has.
In the company out of the last 3 years. Like, every year he's in the most shows.
Yeah.
House shows, live
It's like
events.
Sheamus. Sheamus doubled.
The guy crunches the live circuit. But
Sheamus doubled Stone Cold's like total matches in 1 year, and I think it was 2013. And Dean's on his way to do the same thing.
I believe it, but the thing is about it, they feel lazy and like they don't feel wacky and like he should feel unhinged. Like what they're going for with this asylum character, and he's so unhinged and shit. It shouldn't be like, oh, here it comes, here it comes. It's just lazy and
that's WWE style, though.
Yeah,
he's a hardcore.
Whereas Roman, every now and then Roman will bust out a new move now, which is, to be fair, Dean has had a much larger suite for a long time.
Yes.
And whereas Roman's had a much more limited suite.
Dean Ambrose is also wrestling people like The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. He doesn't wrestle AJ Styles.
Dolph throws in good matches.
This is not a knock on Dolph Ziggler. This is a knock on Roman Reigns.
Amazing work.
Roman Reigns gets to face the best person every time because he's pushed to the top. Dean doesn't get to do that.
He's faced AJ before, and it's looked okay.
I know, but
it didn't look as good as him and Roman, which is weird to say. To be fair, AJ, I think, knew he had to carry
AJ balled out for that Roman match.
Yeah, he did.
And for the John Cena match.
Yep.
But yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
So we both had Miz there,
yes,
right?
We do.
Okay.
Enzo Amore versus Big Cass.
Big Cass. Yep.
Next.
Okay, good.
Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt.
I got Seth here.
Okay. I have Bray. Go ahead.
How often do they let Bray win on a big stage? I know this is the time to do it, but I think with the Rain Trigger, and Seth coming in his own right, and now Seth finally looking healthy again, like he's not fucking selling the knee every match. Like, I don't know. I think they're gonna push him towards the top again, like top.
I don't
tip
see
top,
it right
not
away.
like third card down top, like not in that really high upper card spot, but just lower main event.
I see Bray facing Finn at SummerSlam, so I don't see Seth Rollins winning this one.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're not saying for the title though, right?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I was gonna say that's fucking retarded, but okay.
What?
Well, Bray versus Finn for the title.
That's pretty impossible to do at SummerSlam.
Well, hey, you know what? Breaking news later. Stay tuned because there's some stuff that's went down.
But I don't know, and I can't see like what they're gonna do with Seth Rollins in the next couple of months.
They'll find a way to use it. They always do. They always will.
Well, I mean, because
they'll find a way to put him in a four-way or.
It wouldn't surprise
threat.
me if Seth Rollins
weasels his way into that stuff. And then weasel's a bad term. He's really good at. He's the Triple H of this class.
Mm-hmm.
I really do believe that.
I don't see Seth Rollins losing any momentum if he loses his next match after this, because I think he's the one that's going to be fed is the worst words for it, but I think he's going to be Big Cass's first person, because if he beats Seth Rollins, then he's up there.
I think he's going to get Joe after this, but
you think Seth's getting Joe after this?
But I don't think. But when I reel back to this, like I don't think Seth is the same as Triple H. Obviously, they're completely different,
right?
But I think he's a triple. Well, and that's fucking weird because he used the pedigree too. I didn't even calculate that. But I mean, like as his career path, like he's kind of always been upper tier. Whereas Dean's always been pushed mid card. Roman's always been pushed way over where he's supposed to be.
Yes.
Which you could say that's Nash and Michaels too there. But anyway, I don't know. I felt like he's the most consistent worker of the basis.
Seth.
Yeah, Seth is.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to get...
because he's the best wrestler.
Yeah, he's not pushed to that perfect spot yet, but I think they're inclining him to that spot. And he just keeps getting hurt every time he gets there. That's the problem. And he keeps hitting these huge setbacks that Trips really didn't have during that time.
Well, I mean...
He did. He
had him.
He was hurt, but, like, he wasn't hurt as often as...
No, he only got hurt twice.
As consistently as Seth climbs the mountain, once he gets to the top, he's right the fuck back down to the lower mid-card because he's busted. Whereas Trips could stay up top for a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's just bad luck. But that's what I'm saying is that's how I compare that line. But, yeah, so I got Seth in this one.
I have Bray Wyatt.
Okay, I like it either way. It's his exciting match.
All right. Single match for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
Alexa Bliss.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I know you don't watch Raw a lot, but I think Alexa's heel run has been nothing but spectacular. People have been ragging on it, but I don't care. I love it, and I love her.
I mean, Sasha can't do any better.
Sasha
turns heel.
Sasha is crazy boring as a face.
Yeah,
it's just what it is.
She knows.
Mm-hmm. She does.
All right, so we both have Bliss. Awesome. We're just rolling through these.
Yeah, we are.
Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in the ambulance match.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want to do rock, paper, scissors here to see who goes first?
Sure.
I'm still undecided.
Sure.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah. You go
Roman
first.
Reigns wins this match. I don't want him to, but he's going to. Because he's going to face Brock Lesnar, who I am also probably going to pick in the main event at SummerSlam.
You know, this isn't just for the sake of difference, but I think because people have been calling it for so long, they're going to want to throw an audible. And with Braun coming back healthy and stronger than ever looking,
I hope you're right.
I think Braun versus Brock is more imaginative than Roman Brock. Like, that's
The only reason I really want Roman Brock now is because then we won't have it at WrestleMania.
oh, this is true. I'd be really sad if we went to New Orleans, and that's what it is.
Because I've heard rumors. Obviously, half the time I hear rumors, they don't pay off. 99 out of 100 times they don't. But it's that 1%. I've heard that match has been changed, and it is now Braun versus Brock at WrestleMania.
I think Braun. I think they want it. If I was them, thank you. If I was them, I would want to get it off of Brock as soon as possible. His appearance fees are probably tanking the fucking company. Breaking news later. See how I keep people on the hook there?
Yeah.
Yeah, salesmanship right there.
You would think,
like, no joke.
But this is the second time they've done it.
How much have we complained? Even the core audience that keeps Raw afloat. How and that's not even.
I mean,
you,
it's
but,
not. It's
the
not,
core audience that keeps Raw afloat.
Yeah.
How often have we fucking complained that we haven't seen the Universal title?
Well, I mean, they've done it before, so. They've done this the last time he was champion.
It's not on The Rock. It's on Brock Lesnar.
It was on Brock and The Rock the last time he had it. And he was doing the same thing. I don't think they really give a shit about us. Like, let's be honest.
That's probably true.
Because if they cared what we thought, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins would be facing each other in the main event. We'd have Bray Wyatt as
Samoa Joe
versus Samoa Joe. We'd have Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Sasha's a heel. We'd have Alexa Bliss versus versus Nia Jax. That'd be cool. We'd have Enzo Amore and Big Cass in a cage match, not in just a singles match. And we would have the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, it needs something special, doesn't it?
It does.
The Big Cass Enzo thing, it feels like it needs something special.
But they're not going to, because it can't be Hell in a Cell, because it's not the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and it's not going to be a steel cage match, because they rarely do those. Like, they usually just give them away on Raw.
You know what? I'm going to change my opinion on that match,
Okay.
by the way. Can I flip-flop?
To Roman
I'm going to
Reigns?
go Enzo, actually, instead of Big Cass.
Oh, on that match?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah,
man.
I think it's a cheeky fucking, like, Big Cass beats the piss out of him the whole time.
And
something
then just walks away.
Yeah, something happens, and then somehow
happen.
Enzo fucking wins in a weird way. Calling it now.
All right, so, but you have...
And then it sets up
you
2.
have Braun Strowman, though, right?
Yeah.
In the ambulance match?
Yeah, I got Braun and you got Roman, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar.
This is going to lose me the title, folks, but I want you to remember me as a champion who went down with what they believed in, who went with their heart,
Yeah.
who picked the Ascension last season
You did.
in a tag team role.
I mean, if you're listening to this, I picked Breezango and they didn't win the Fashion Police.
At
so-
least the Fashion Police are doing interesting things still.
because they're interesting
They're the
wrestlers.
core of stuff. And Ascension almost won too. Anyway, I'm still super salty.
I'm sorry. I can't get over the original Ascension was awesome. The Connor and Victor, I've never liked him. As a team, I just haven't. The original Ascension was my favorite.
Anyway, I just want you to remember me as a champion who believed in what they were preaching
Yeah.
and
Don't get me wrong.
genuinely wanted this company to change its ways.
Yeah.
Genuinely wanted to give the fans what they wanted. Who wanted their Kenny Omega winning the U.S. Championship moment?
I did not want that.
I did. Anyway.
It's just a title to keep him happy.
Anyway.
It should have been Omega Okada 3, and he should have
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Samoa Joe.
Okay. So we'll just do a quick rundown. Neville and Tozawa, you have.
Neville.
I have Neville as well. Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys.
Hardys.
I have Cesaro and Sheamus. The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. We
Miz.
both have the Miz. Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo.
Big Cass. Seth Rollins versus Bray.
Seth Rollins.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, wow. I actually fucking probably should have picked Brock, huh?
Alexa
whatever.
Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
Alexa
Bliss. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Roman Reigns, sadly. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. Brock Lesnar.
Samoa Joe. There's a lot of differential on this card. Like, I didn't even
Because I'm gunning for this title.
Wow. Oh, wow, folks.
You're just keeping it warm for me.
Here he comes.
Your longest reigning Wrestling Agenda champion is coming back for his title.
I'm just rolling my eyes right now, folks. But anyway.
I mean, you hold it for almost a year. I mean,
He'll be the Kevin Owens. I'm the Finn Balor at this point.
Well, I mean, you won it second, so no.
I mean, yeah, longest reigning universe.
Well, you know what? You're right. You did win the first pay-per-view, and then I won it every pay-per-view until this last one.
I did, didn't I?
You did.
I
am the Kevin Owens. I will gladly be the Kevin Owens.
And I'll gladly be the Finn Balor of the group.
Well, he hasn't got it back yet, so I guess right now you're Brock Lesnar.
I guess I don't know.
Because you have.
Because we haven't been around.
You haven't been around. We couldn't record because you were gone.
Yep.
All right.
I wish I could be the Goldberg. Can I be the Goldberg?
No.
Oh, darn.
No, you can't.
I miss him so much compared to Brock. Anyway.
Right? Fuck everybody that cheered when Brock Lesnar won the championship.
I
knew this was going to happen.
Too.
Well,
you're a WCW fanboy, and you're like, yeah, fuck Goldberg at that point.
I've never said fuck Goldberg.
You didn't say it, but
You
cheered. You cheered, you big bitch.
Mean,
you did.
I cheered a little bit, but I wasn't. It wasn't like when Goldberg won.
You cheered.
Really, as much as when Goldberg won?
You cheered then too.
I mean, it was a
all
7-hour
cheered,
show.
Like we cheered when Jinder Mahal won, and now we're like, ooh,
I'm
not
not
the right choice. You did though. You did cheer.
I'm not upset about it.
He won. Okay.
You damn right I did.
I'm weirdly in the middle.
Who would have been champion?
SmackDown could be.
Who on SmackDown right now could do it against fucking Randy Orton? Like
Sami Zayn.
I would love that, but they're not going to do that. They just have Randy Orton beat him with an
Mr.
RKO.
Money in the Bank, Baron Corbin.
Fuck Baron.
I'm rolling my eyes right now. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Yeah, be ready because Baron Corbin versus Jinder Mahal is a serious thing that's going to happen one of these days.
Yeah, right.
I want AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens, or Kevin versus Sammy, or even Dolph Ziggler versus Sami Zayn. I don't care. I just it needed a change. Otherwise, it was going to be Randy Orton for the next couple of months.
Yeah, to be fair, they had the sweet spot built in already.
Yeah.
Which is where Randy jumps up for RKO, Baron turns around and just ends a daze him.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's a pretty good fucking spot.
Maybe.
It's a
But yeah,
great,
go ahead.
great finisher. Anyway, so yeah, with that, that's our Great Balls of Fire preview, and that's all you're here for. Just fucking give us a like, give us a subscribe, and share this shit, and get out of here. We don't care. 'Cause we got breaking news, friends. We got breaking news.
For the real fans.
If you're into fan stuff, here we have 3 bits of breaking news. We're going to start with the smallest and end up to the biggest.
Okay, go ahead.
Or the oldest to the newest. Let's go with that. They're all 3 pretty big things.
Okay.
First off, Austin Aries was released from WWE today.
Well, that's not the oldest, but yeah.
Or sorry. I flipped them up. But
Okay.
Anyway.
Austin Aries was released today, yes.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? What do you think happened? Give me your insight on this.
I think that he was upset that
His placement in it?
His placement, he looked pretty broken, and I don't think it was all acting when he didn't win at WrestleMania. Like when he was laying out there and he just kind of staring into the distance, like, is this what I came here for? To never win this championship? That really doesn't mean anything, honestly. He should have been either Intercontinental or U.S. champion by now. He should have been at least competing for it.
The thing is, they hate taking cruiserweights and putting them back into the main thing. That's what NJPW does so well.
That's another thing. I think
they go from light heavyweight and they break them into heavyweight.
I think
guys like Kenny start as a light heavyweight and they end up as heavyweight.
Yeah.
AJ light heavyweight to heavyweight. Finn light heavyweight to heavy. Well, I don't think Finn never went to heavyweight, did he?
No, he was IWGP champion, wasn't he?
No, he never was.
Prince Devitt?
Yeah, never was.
Really?
Yep.
I thought he was.
Nope, never was.
Okay.
They
didn't use him right. I don't blame him.
It happens. And I felt bad for him. I don't know if it's a...
I mean, he sat on the commentary desk for how many months?
We were talking at the bar earlier, and we were talking about how this is the most stacked, with the 3 brands, this is the most stacked the roster's been.
Ever.
From bottom to top.
Yes, ever.
Like, gold talent everywhere. And the people who aren't amazing workers, they shine like... They stick out like sore thumbs.
The only other time where it was close was like 2002, 2003, where
that was amazing too.
It was ruthless aggression, but it was all the Attitude Era guys. And
like the Benoit, Eddie Guerrero.
They went in with The Rock and Austin and Triple H.
Yep. And JBL was good.
JBL got up there, yeah. And that's the only time it was close. Around I think it was WrestleMania 17. That was 2001, I think. But after that, like 2001 to 2005, it kept getting bigger and better and better.
Rock, Austin, like the names go on, and then like the top guys like shined in there.
Yeah,
but like we were talking, Attitude Era was so top heavy that the bottom of the card just kind of sucked, and that's why.
People always talk about how great the Attitude Era was. It was great with 3 guys, and you kind of remember a couple of them.
And you watch it, and you're like, oh,
dog shit.
You're like, wow, I forgot these guys were around, and it's just bodybuilders, like.
Well, yeah,
throwing each other.
Like it's cool. Like okay, there was Rock, Austin,
Taker,
Kane, Mankind, Triple H. Shawn wasn't there in the Attitude. He left before.
Nope, he did.
I mean, okay, he was there for a year, maybe, because I don't count when Bret Hart was there. I don't count that as an Attitude Era. He has to leave.
Ruthless aggression even had Eugene at the bottom. If that tells you how good it was. It was amazing.
They did.
But yeah, so anyway, I don't know if that's what it is or like they can't afford it. I doubt that's the problem.
Yeah,
or if
that's not the problem.
Or if he just kind of wants a bigger spot in a smaller promotion, like a NJPW or a Ring of Honor or something like that, because he can jump to either of those and be a star immediately. He is.
Maybe he's done.
Maybe he is, but he's
not a young guy,
and he isn't. But he has so much name recognition that he could go anywhere. He can even do house shows. I just saw Von Erich is having his last match
Kevin?
July 22nd. Yeah, Kevin Von Erich is having his last match.
remaining Von Erich.
Yeah, July 22nd in somewhere in Southern Cali. I just saw like a support your local wrestling promotion, and someone shared
That'd be
it.
cool.
Yeah, and then he's having his last match finally, July 22nd.
I don't know if he's been like after all his brothers died. I don't really know if he's wrestled since. I think he might have done a little bit.
He's
but
old as balls. Like,
yeah, he's having his retirement match.
Yep.
One last go.
I mean, it's not that Austin's not in great shape, or I mean, maybe he just has enough money saved up that he just wants to bounce and like do something else.
Yeah.
That's very possible. I mean, I doubt it. I feel like he's a guy that lives and dies for the ring.
Yeah.
He's a very Daniel Bryan kind of guy.
Yeah, I think the 200 days on the road with no payoff, I think that gets to someone.
I think it would.
Of like Austin Aries or AJ Styles or Samoa Joe,
who's been around a long time, yeah.
who was the champion of their last organization, which was TNA. Like, honestly, he could be going back to TNA.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I would
Austin
be
Aries?
very surprised, yeah.
They'll offer him money and the top spot.
Yeah, offer him money. That doesn't mean they're going to pay him.
I'm just
They've
saying.
had a lot of problems with that.
I know. It's global force now.
Yeah, with Jeff Jarrett fucking running it and his scam on top of it. That's a fucking clown show.
I mean, as much as
and
I
he
hate
could go,
Jeff
he
Jarrett,
could go to a real promotion like Ring of Honor or CMLL or
he's not
going to
go to CMLL.
Or even just PWG for weekend, like every other weekend.
My guess, because as much as I don't like Jeff Jarrett, he made TNA.
Jeff Jarrett is a fucking clown, and I will never forgive him for running a scam on top of a wrestling promotion.
He's not the first man to run a scam on a wrestling promotion.
Fuck him.
Every independent
He had
guy was scamming
he had
wrestlers.
a promising fucking thing, and
Did he pay the wrestlers?
No,
he did not.
No, he did not. He brought in a bunch of old buddies and new guys, and he fucking put his old buddies over. Never paid nobody.
Really?
Jeff Jarrett's a fucking scumbag. Mark my words here and now.
I've never said he's not a scumbag, but TNA, the original TNA, was because of Jeff Jarrett.
Might have been.
It was. He owned it.
It was, but
when Dixie Carter started
I'm not
running
going to
it,
give you.
that's when
I'm
it
not
went to
going
the
to give you
ground.
credit for that. I don't. It's.
Yeah, he's an evil person. I understand that.
And it's hard to like say, yep, he did okay. Like fuck him. That's like saying Vince Russo made the Attitude Era the Attitude Era.
He had some good ideas.
Yeah, Vince helped a lot along the way. I'm
exactly.
Sure. So
and
I mean, so saying that I built the Attitude Era, that's an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, sorry, thank you. Yeah, yours is better than mine already.
But Vince Russo made a lot of bad decisions. He made some good ones too.
He did.
One of them's being the first person to finally put a belt on Booker T. And I will
This
never.
is true.
I will always like him a little bit because of that.
And it's because he saw some people's work ethic compared to others. And it was mostly out of spite because because Bischoff wanted on guys like Hogan and Nash.
And
people with name recognition that he could put on TV.
And it's because Hogan said
Russo
Booker T will never be
that.
champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said, well, guess who's going to be champion after you're gone?
Booker T, yeah. And Booker deserved it.
Booker deserved it many years before that.
Oh, he did. Hell yeah, he did.
For God's sakes, WWE did the same thing to him.
People talk about Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in sports.
Yes.
I think Booker broke it for sports entertainment.
He didn't break it, but
I think he smashed.
Ron Simmons broke it.
Yeah.
He was the first world champion to be black.
He was the first.
But
I
then
think,
it went away for a while.
I think Booker smashed that shit wide open.
Yes.
Because
in WWE at least.
I don't think I've never met a person who didn't like Booker. Or like if they hated Booker, it was because they hated King Booker. And who like his heel run.
Yeah.
And it was like they hated him because he was an amazing heel.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I felt like he smashed that shit wide open. He opened up for Shelton Benjamin, the MVPs, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're never gonna get.
When's Shelton Benjamin coming back? Who knows? Whenever. But anyway,
you're never gonna get an argument against Booker T for me. I love Booker T.
But anyway, that's neither here or there.
Okay.
Next, yeah, because we burned out a little bit of time on that one. Kenny. So the G1 climax. Sorry, the G1 special in the USA was held.
Yes, it was
a few weeks ago, actually. And you got to watch some of it on Access TV, didn't you?
I watched day 1. Day 2 came out today, and I have not watched it yet.
I gotcha. Well, you're in for a lot of treats.
I know what happened.
Yeah, and you're a newsworthy guy, so you already know.
I do.
And it was amazing. I thought New Japan was super inspired by its success. Supposedly, they said that they were trying to open up a dojo now in LA next year.
I've heard that. Yes.
Is the hopes, and then putting on a tour for North America. Hopefully, is the next big step, which would be amazing. I'll go see that shit for sure. That's my thing right now. I like the more combat sports presentation than the sports entertainment presentation.
Right.
Not to say there's not goofy bullshit that happens in New Japan,
because
they can get weird as fuck there a lot. But I like this is real feeling to it. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
I understand
right?
completely.
It's just stiffer than fuck a lot of the times, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun, and so keep your eyes out for that. But the big news to come out of that is that the inaugural United States champion, Kenny Omega. To no one's surprise, by the way.
Nope.
No one's surprised.
I didn't like it.
It's a consolation title.
You're right, it is, and that's horseshit.
The thing, it doesn't piss me off because he's the first. He's the first, and New Japan treats their titles amazingly. I think they'll give this a good run, give it to someone like Elgin or something like that to run with it. But to say Kenny is the first is arguably better than, is it the 68th now or the 69th? IWGP Heavyweight Champion. It's not, but I think he will get that eventually. And who knows? New Japan feels like it's about pleasing the fans a lot of the time. Like they know what some people want to watch. You could see a double title match, maybe. You could see something crazy.
Maybe.
I
doubt it.
I think we could see something crazy out of him. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that would be the best thing they could do. That would get me immediately hooked. And, I mean, they already have me hooked. Sinker, you already know that. But
if the Bullet Club is breaking up or whatever.
That's the other big piece of news.
Cody Rhodes is going to win it off of Kenny. And then Kenny is going to go back to challenging Okada.
And that's okay. That's another fine storyline.
You're right, that's fine.
We don't know what's happening with it. I think Cody's theory is the most sound, where they're going to break the Elite from the Bullet Club.
That's fine.
And then
the
rebuild
should be away
and then rebuild the Bullet Club
through
again.
them.
Well, not rebuild, but like restructure the Bullet Club through Cody and those guys.
If Kenny and the Young Bucks leave, I don't see the Bullet Club lasting much longer.
I think it could. I think with Cody at the helm, I think it really could.
I mean, it goes back to its like full heel shit because he gets booed everywhere.
Yeah,
in America he got booed.
He does
hard.
He's a heel as shit.
Well, I know, but he's Cody Rhodes.
He is.
He
still gets booed.
Well, I understand that, but
the guy is fantastic on the mic. I think he has the pieces to lead. He has the Marty Scurlls. He has the Gorillas.
Marty Scurll breaks off. He goes with the Elite.
I don't think he does. He's not part of the Elite. With Adam Cole coming back, what happens with that? Does he go
Is
Elite?
he coming back?
Yeah, he's already back. He came back during the G1 special in the USA when with the Kushida and Marty Scurll TV title match. He came back and
they murdered him.
Scurll.
He's not.
You never know.
He's not joining the Elite. They killed him on the show.
You never know. I mean, that was weird because I thought we'd see Adam Cole Bebe in NXT, and then all of a sudden he popped back up in a Scarecrow uniform, or I don't know what you want to call it, the Raven uniform,
the villain uniform.
Yeah, and it was crazy. But there's a lot of other ways to go about this. I look forward to where they go with it. I think that's the most exciting thing, is that they leave things so open ended, whereas like with WWE, like we were talking about earlier, like we're like, well, we see this of one of 3 or 4 different ways. Whereas with this, it's wide open. Who knows? They could bring someone through it.
I mean, yeah.
They could bring a Dalton Castle into the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
They could bring something like that. I mean,
yeah, we're talking about that, but we just mentioned that we knew Kenny Omega was going to win that tournament before it even started.
What if Ricochet turns heel? I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. What if Will Ospreay turns heel on Chaos and flips his alliance. They've done that before.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not through Chaos, but they've done that before, kind of. I mean, with
I don't know.
With Kazarian.
I just still don't like it.
I don't know.
I just still don't like it.
The thing I don't like about it is it's switching to more of a Ring of Honor thing than a New Japan thing. And that bugs me a little bit. It irks me a little bit. But anyway, that's my big bugaboo about it.
They had the perfect moment.
It's a New Japan thing.
They had the perfect moment and the perfect venue to have Okada Omega 3 in the United States in front of the fans that they're trying really hard.
I think time is what that needed. I wouldn't want Okada Omega 3 this soon. And that's coming from a guy who thinks that those are the two greatest wrestling matches of all time.
They're up there.
Like I said, the two best of all time.
They're up there.
As far as I'm concerned. And like I want to give it a little bit more time. Get to something like G1 Special. Get to Dentaku, or even if it's Wrestle Kingdom again.
If it gets
it needs to feel huge.
It's going to feel huge regardless because it's Kenny Omega finally winning the title. They could do it at one of their tiny-ass shows, and it's still Kenny Omega winning the title, and you're going to make it feel
I will,
huge.
but I mean, I would rather it needs that big-backed mystique to it.
I think
you know what I'm saying.
I do, and I think
it's like
the
why
first show in the
Bailey
United
why
States-
Bailey should have won at WrestleMania instead of winning when she did. Like
You're
it
right.
makes a lot more sense.
It does. That's why I think having it in the first show in the United States would have been really good idea. Instead of having Cody Rhodes versus Okada.
The problem is they put on such a banger at Dominion. And that was a one pay-per-view before.
Yeah.
Like, and then they had.
I mean, that's usually when you have your rematches, is right after.
That's when WWE does, not when New Japan
WWE,
does.
Ring of Honor, TNA, PWG, freaking everybody except for New Japan.
Except for New Japan. They usually don't go back to back.
Okay.
So that would have been weird too. I guess that maybe would have made it special too.
But,
yeah. And I think it would have been awesome. I am backing you on this a little now.
Yeah.
Because of the Access TV.
Yeah.
Backing. Like, it was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which is huge. But anyway, running out of time again.
With JR calling live, with JR calling it, Kenny Omega winning the IWGP Championship in California with all of the elite, all of their family was there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if his family was there, but all these people were there. Well, I mean, because he was winning the United States Championship, but just make
you
it
already know how I
IWGP.
feel about Kenny. I think Kenny's in my top 3 wrestlers of all time, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no joke.
I mean, he's getting up there for me.
I think he's already climbed that ladder for me.
He's my top 2 currently.
I legitimately lose my shit every match he's in.
Yeah.
It's wacky and zany and unpredictable, and I love it every step of the way.
Did you hear Stone Cold on his podcast saying that if they put Kenny Omega on the WWE roster right now and just get rid of Roman Reigns, that they'll never be upset about it or something like that?
I believe it. I think if they put Kenny in that position right now, Kenny would shine.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with Kenny is, and why I don't think he will succeed in WWE, is because they will never give him the freedom to talk on the mic like he does.
SmackDown would.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not hardcore or like weird or anything. It's just zany and a bit out there, and it caters really well to IWGP, because how often does he go, and now you make sure you record this and make sure you translate this. Mm-hmm. Like, his heel persona is so good, and the guy speaks extremely fluent Japanese.
Yeah,
and he's like, fuck it, like, this is the best heel character ever. Like, but he's like a tweener heel now.
Yeah,
that's the thing, and he's worked.
That's because he's put put his body on the line for these Japanese fans that they're in love with him.
Respect it. Yeah,
yeah, they know what he's doing in there, and they do like Okada too. But it's starting to.
I think Okada's an
amazing wrestler.
Okada is climbing my list.
He's
really
an amazing wrestler.
Like, he's in in my top 15, I think, of all time.
But it just feels like 2 times that Kenny Omega should have won.
The problem with Okada, and this is coming from...
is even though he's a great wrestler, he's being pushed like Roman Reigns. Like straight to the top and no one can beat him.
The difference is I'm okay with that because I feel like he's legitimately unbeatable a lot of the time.
Okay.
And no joke. The guy can fucking wrestle for days.
I never said he couldn't.
TNA fucked themselves by letting him go.
That's TNA.
Right?
They had CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe.
Just keep going.
Bobby
keep going.
Roode.
Oh, man. James Storm. They had James Storm when he was good. It's okay. He was shit in NXT.
He's only there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
They've had anybody they wanted. They're just stupid. Eric Young.
Perkins.
Eric Young.
Anyway. But Eric Young. Yes. You guys. I can't do it right now.
Almost all of
You guys want to... You did this, Dillinger.
almost
you
all
did
of
this.
the Bullet Club.
Yep. It's true.
But yeah, I think that he should have won it by now. I understand that it. I mean, that's just how booking goes. Sometimes you gotta wait and wait and wait, and maybe it's Wrestle Kingdom, and that'll be the big story that he's clawed to get back up there. But if it gets all the way to Wrestle Kingdom and he loses, nope.
Yep. Agreed. Well, we got to get moving. Time's short. We still got 2 pieces of news.
Yep.
One super short. This one might be short, might be. But breaking as of tonight, AJ Styles is your new United States Championship.
Yes, he is.
Champion out of Madison Square Garden at a house show.
Yep.
Uh,
Right now,
say what?
I don't know.
Cody? House
This
show?
is-
A house show?
that's fine.
I'm down, but like,
That's fine with me, man. It messes up their booking for no reason, but that's cool. Because I highly doubt
because
when
Battleground's only 2 weeks away, right? It's not this weekend, but it's next weekend, right?
it's either 2 or 3. It's the last weekend in July,
Jesus.
I think.
Oh, okay.
But
So they got time to already fix it. Yeah. they'll be
right
fine.
now, there's 2 United States championships in the world, or at least 2 prestigious ones, I guess. And it's held by the 2 best wrestlers in the world.
It could have been held by 2 Canadians because they make the best United States champions.
I understand that, but right
Chris
now,
Benoit is my
Right-
favorite United States champion.
right now, mine's Booker T. Right
That's
now,
also a good one.
right now, it's held by I mean, you depending on the day, you can argue which one's the better wrestler, Kenny or AJ.
I wish we would have gotten to see that. We might still. Who
We
knows?
could someday.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
We
be
never
there.
got it.
I want to be there.
We got Kenny blindsiding AJ to get him out of the Bullet Club. That's all we got.
Fuck your Rock Cena once in a lifetime. Let's do Kenny AJ.
Right.
That'd be a burner, dude. Oh my god. Anyway,
Dude, once
talk about dream
if,
matches.
If Triple H is ever in charge, he knows. He watches fucking indie wrestling. Otherwise, why did we get
Fuck yeah, he
Shinsuke,
does. That guy
Finn
loves
Balor,
Guy
all
loves
these
it.
guys? I mean, you can
Anyway.
tell by NXT that he watches indies. He watches this stuff.
He does.
He reads his tweets. He does his research before he signs guys.
You betcha.
Because he's never been like, oh, well, this guy came like just through the performance center. I'm gonna push him to the top. I mean,
Yep.
that's Vince. Vince does that. Roman never set foot in NXT. They always say they came from NXT. Roman never had a match.
He was in FCW, yeah.
FCW is not NXT. It's FCW.
It was the same thing.
I mean, it was not on TV. It was not Triple H's baby. To me, it is not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I'm
Right,
not
right,
sure
right.
what you're saying, but
Right.
and NXT has a weird path to follow, and we all know that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a developmental territory for homegrown talent that hasn't sometimes stepped foot in another promotion.
Right.
Some
of them.
some of them haven't, and then like Corbin or who's
Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze. You got a bunch of them.
Like, out of the champions that they've had, only one, maybe 2, Biggie Langston, NXT champion.
Yep.
Okay, 2 have been homegrown
Biggie
talent.
was a third one, I believe. Second or third.
Seth was
champion.
first. Neville was second.
And Biggie was third.
Biggie beat him.
I think Biggie beat him.
I thought Sammy beat Neville for the championship.
No,
Who'd Sammy beat for the championship?
Biggie. I thought.
Either way, they've had two homegrown talents.
There's
Otherwise,
books
they've
out.
always
There's
been-
books and wiki out there. Go check it out.
Right. Otherwise, they've always
Our
been
memory's shady.
indie guys. They just have.
And that's the weird line they have to walk, that they have the best wrestling in the world, arguably.
WWE or the
NXT.
Indies? Oh, NXT is the best wrestling in the world.
Night to night, it can be.
Yeah.
But then you
It's
also
top to
have
bottom. Top to
homegrown
bottom it is.
talent that you don't want to show glaring weaknesses to on camera.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird line to walk.
I mean,
Anyway,
it's just there's no better training than doing it. Like there just isn't.
yep.
Like
Anyway, you're happy about AJ?
of course.
I am as well.
I'll always be happy about AJ.
Last big piece of news, and this is huge. This is monumental for us. We actually had two very close friends on SmackDown this last week in Phoenix.
We did.
We did.
Jamie Beechler and Jeff Streeter.
Jamie Beechler of Funk, Nebraska, and Jeff Streeter of Whitefish, Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Two UNK alumni and two people that have lived with me for multiple years and very good friends to both of us.
Very good guys. Love them to fucking death. They both wrestle at AWF, Arizona Wrestling Federation.
I don't know if Jeff's done it, but I know Beechler has hit up Party Hard
I
Wrestling.
think they both have worked Party Hard.
Have they?
I think that if that's wrong, correct me. If you even listen to this, I don't know.
You better.
And you better fucking send me one of those T-shirts. They both have really sweet T-shirts.
They do.
Anyway, check them out. It's Class and JB2 or Jamie Beechler II.
And classes Christopher Landon, Anthony Streeter.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is.
But yeah, go check them both out. They're amazing wrestlers, and they were both in the New Day Uso gimmick.
The rap battle.
The rap battle this weekend.
Jeff was Elvis.
Yep.
He was standing right behind Biggie Langston,
Yep.
being a dingbat.
Yep, and he's got some good memes of him.
He does. And Beechler was one of the Uso
Bodyguard.
gang members, if you will.
Yeah, I don't know how to
A member
do
of
that.
the Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah, there you go.
He's one of the ones with his mask off, and he's
like
right
in the
front
jeans,
center.
in jeans front and center. Yep.
Jeans and Jordans.
Yep. Looking fly as fuck. Both of them were lost our shit hard.
Oh, so hard.
Yep. Best
It's
episode.
it's not your everyday where you get to see
No.
your boys on
Yeah,
TV.
were you
And
gonna
I
see
know-
friends on that? Like, what the fuck? That's
And-
amazing.
And I know it wasn't like seeing their first match or anything, but it's
Yeah.
one of these days I'll get to do that.
Yep. And probably pretty soon. I don't know. But
Yeah.
and then you have, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn here before we go, but I've been featured in a couple NXT specials. So you'll see
With your arms?
you'll see a pair of arms waving in the background to
Right.
access at WrestleMania.
Right, I was
That's
I
me.
was featured at Extreme Rules 2013.
Difference is we were in the crowd looking like fucking idiots.
Yeah, which is the best.
Instead of in the ring getting paid like pros.
One last thing before we go. There was a match on that SmackDown card where I want to talk about it.
Okay.
It was AJ Styles versus Chad Gable.
Oh my God. Break them up. Break them up.
Break them up now.
Dude, people were saying, and I saw this on the internet, that they need to break them up because they want to push Jason Jordan. And I said, fuck that. Chad Gable might be Kurt Angle.
Right?
He might be.
Chad Gable wrestles like Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Get that
Put
man
him
a
put
couple
together.
more promo classes with Regal.
Get him a manager. Fuck promos.
Yeah, who gives a shit? But
Brock Lesnar can't cut a
Get him
promo.
a mama.
He'll be pissing his pants.
Get him a mama like Shelton had. Like Shelton could cut a promo.
Oh, mama.
Yeah.
Just have Kurt Angle lead him to the ring.
Oh my God. But holy cow, what a match.
Great.
You don't get that on weekly television a lot.
I'll tell you what.
Once in a blue moon.
On SmackDown, if AJ's in the ring, he's gonna try to get the best out of the guy across the ring.
Also, before we go, Jeff and Jamie, if you guys met AJ, let me know.
They did.
They did.
And they met Kevin Owens too.
No fucking way. Like just met like hi and then like hi.
Beechler said Kevin was on his phone and almost like ran into Beechler. I was like, "Oh, sorry, bud." And he was like, "No, it's okay." And he's like, "All right, well, see you later." I don't remember what he said about AJ. I was not listening because I'm a piece of shit.
You are a piece of shit. That makes me so sad.
I'll let him tell you the story.
Wow. That like cuz no joke, I'm fucking super jealous.
I mean, they were backstage.
you stood in line to meet AJ Styles and you didn't even get to meet him.
Well,
Fuck you, David Otunga.
Yeah,
Time restrictions.
Yeah, I mean, when you're told you can wait 2 hours to get AJ's autograph and he might not be there, and then Shinsuke's music hits, you kind of run to Shinsuke.
You do, especially when he's brand new.
I love you, AJ,
and
you had only been there for 2 or 3 months before that. But if I would have spent money for a VIP ticket, I would have stood in line for an hour. But I can't for 2 hours and miss. That's 2 tapings of NXT. I can't miss that.
It was amazing, but
that's great.
So yeah, it's late here. We're gonna hit the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's already at a over 50-minute episode. So we know you guys got stuff to do, things to see, people to meet,
wrestling to watch.
Wrestling to watch. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, look at you go come in for the save. But as always, you can find us on the interwebs at Twitter.
On the Twitters
at WA Kyle.
WA Kyle.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just WA Kyle now?
Yeah, I changed it.
What happened to WA Kyle playing 316 or whatever it was?
Just changed it.
Oh. Okay. Well, you can find me at WA Cody Long or follow just the Wrestling Agenda
Cody Long. Yep.
At Wrestling Agenda.
Yeah, and shoot at Wrestling Agenda all your questions, tweets, retweets. We don't give a shit. Hit it up.
We also, I don't know if you're listening to this on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to listen to on.
We don't really know if we're going to keep the Facebook thing going. I mean, we had a little bit of boom on there for a little bit.
It didn't really turn into.
It didn't.
It turned into a few listeners, but
it did. It turned into a few clicks, but not the boom I was expecting. Not the subscribers I was expecting.
Agreed.
But yeah, we're just gonna, now that we got everything going, we're just gonna keep grinding.
Yep. So SoundCloud, YouTube. If you want another medium, let us know. We can break into iTunes if people prefer that. So yeah, just let us know. Hit up at Wrestling Agenda. Let us know what you guys want to listen to on. I do YouTube and SoundCloud just because it's easy for me, but easy-ish for me. Mm-hmm. YouTube's kind of a pain in the ass if you don't have video, but it's whatever. So yeah, we'll be back regularly. Sorry about the break.
We just kind of needed one.
Yeah, and we didn't really get a say. Alvina saying until later kind of thing.
We were all dealing with some shits.
A lot of shit.
We had some personal stuff going on. He had a lot of work things. I had a lot of work things. We had some stuff happening behind the scenes that we're not going to talk about.
And the whole time we were just, the constant theme we always talk about though is how can we make the Wrestling Agenda better? How can we engage you guys better? How can we grow this, make this better with you guys?
Mm-hmm. First and foremost, this is so we can have fun. We have fun doing this.
This is legitimately just an hour and a half hanging out in the garage and
and just recording.
Wrestling. So.
Like if this ever becomes not fun, we might put out.
We're gonna say fuck you guys.
We're gonna put out a 30-minute episode of us telling you goodbye, and that'll be it.
Pretty much.
But
you know what? That's gonna be a video. It's gonna be a Sarah McLachlan video.
Oh yeah,
In the Arms of the Angel for 30 minutes loops, and maybe people will catch on.
Maybe, but it hasn't lost that for me at least, and I don't
it's
think
still
for you either.
This is still magical to me.
Hopefully soon. We're thinking about doing some either not dailies, but at least weekly.
Yeah, and the thing is, we work weird, different schedules than each other.
Yeah, we're just trying to make money and get by.
Yeah, pretty much that's the entire goal.
Yep. Make enough money to live in your same house for a week. Yeah, for a month. I mean,
oh man.
Right.
Yeah, if you're a big sugar daddy out there, let me know.
Preferably a sugar mama, but yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah, we'll give you all the sex.
Yeah.
Now we're pimping ourselves out, and we're at 55 minutes almost.
But. All right. Well, on that note, this has been the Wrestling Agenda. I am Cody.
And I'm Kyle.
That's Kyle.
Until later, friends.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Too fucking sweet.
Dawnbreaker, play.